Alright, welcome back, guys. This is C-Rock, and here we are starting up again with the second episode for the Let's Play in Rome Total War 2 of Caesar and Gaul. And as you can see here, I'm now researching a new technology. I didn't know which one to go ahead and do. I didn't want to go ahead and pay for one yet, so I went ahead and went with the movement speed one, as that increases my movement speed of my troops by 10%, I think. Which was a good idea, I thought. And now here I am going ahead and checking out the Telugii, I believe is how you pronounce that, which are the fraction that has Tirocum. And I want to go ahead and take that next within this turn. So I decided to move Mark Antony back to Mediolanum because it looked like they might end up sending an army back down to Mediolanum to take attack it. I'm now improving Octogeron and turning it converting it over to a Roman buildings. And then we're gonna go ahead and end that turn. But first we see that we can go ahead and upgrade this general over here. And now we're gonna end the turn. After we check him out, it was a Secundarius Garvatanas or something his name is. So this says the Palfon, your general has got a pet fawn. So one of my generals has a pet fawn, and I have to go ahead and decide what to do with him, the fawn or the general. I decided to be nice, I think, and just do nothing or honor the fawn. I've inspired populace over there at Mediolanum. They seem to be quite happy with me, which is good. Then we're gonna go ahead and I wanted to move Caesar on out towards Tirocum, but Octogeron was still quite unhappy with me, so I continued to go ahead and build more things to boost the public order there. And then on to the next turn. And then as you can see there, Tirocum or the Telugii, they're gonna move out towards me with that one big army there. Here I am buying olive oil traders in Verlicium, I think is how you say that. That was gonna go ahead and improve my wealth, so I wanted to go ahead and buy that. Although it does give you a little bit of foreign population, which I don't know if that's good or not. I would assume it makes it harder to go ahead and convert your town over to being fully Roman. But in the Roman area, it's probably not that big of a deal. So, we got another message here. One of our family members has been apprehended outside the Senate. She attacked a senator who had spoken ill of her husband, stabbed him through the tongue with a harpoon. It's very vicious. I decided to punish her. We'll see that was probably a wrong choice. I probably should have done something else, but oh well. We'll find that out in the next turn. I wasn't sure what to do with Mark Antony over there, whether to send him on back to protect the other city in that area, because the other one does have walls, Mediolanum, and I figured I could hold that out if it was attacked. Here I'm going to go ahead and decide to build an amphitheater. I wasn't sure, though, what to build. As you'll see here, I'm just trying to decide. But I decided to, in the end, build an amphitheater because that was going to give me public order. And I like the idea of the public order. I had a second, I was going to go ahead and build the icon with the ox on it. I don't know what those are called. And here I am Getting another technology. Checking on the technology that's on there. I wanted to look at this. This was quite interesting. The people were quite unhappy, or some of the women in the Senate were quite unhappy that I went ahead and punished her, and they were so I lost 50 senators or something. I was like, okay. Maybe they didn't want me to punish my own family or something. You'll see in this in particular episode that I get a lot of those messages of what to do with people in the in my family, which I've never had that many before. So this was like the first. In Caesar and Gaul, you get a lot of them, I guess. I don't know why. So here I'm gonna go ahead and decide to move Mark Antony back to Verlicum, just to go ahead and protect that area a little bit more, because I figured Mediolanum I could go ahead and hold out. And I'm gonna buy some more Marine Volunteer Legionaries. And we're gonna go on to the next turn. They turn back a little bit, so they're uncertain on what to go ahead and do, whether or not to attack or continue on with their campaign. I'm gonna go ahead and see what else I should do for this turn. I want to wait to go ahead and build the Roman Legionaries building right there, the barracks. But I have to go ahead and get another technology to do that. I could not move him out, Caesar out yet without there being like unrest in Octogeron, so I figured I'd leave him there for right now. So I decided to build some more troops instead, and I'm going to go ahead and build the Marine Legionaries instead of the Marine Voluntary Legionaries. These guys are pretty good and a lot better. They have some more armor on them. And I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade Mark Antony here. I'm gonna finally give him some traits like quick reinforcements or whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and move
we hunger for battle.
I'm not gonna move Caesar out here. I decided not to. Just continue on this turn. That was a very quick turn of mine there. I figured since the Turungi had moved so much closer back to the Turicum, I could maybe move out Mark Antony over to Octogeron and then move Caesar all the way around, but I'll decide to do that later on. I get an objective to go ahead and take to conquer Turicum. From the Senate there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and choose the technology, and I decided to research, I think, one that was gonna go ahead and help me have better public order, and that's the one that I went with in the end. You'll see it took me a little while to go and decide that. I decided to move out Caesar and go ahead and put him in the patrol stance, I think. No. I decided to go ahead and build some more Marine Legionnaires.
It is a great and glorious thing to die for Rome.
And now I'm going to go ahead and move Mark Antony. I noticed that the very large army from Turicum of the Turungi had like gone back towards Terracum, and I figured that they also were going through the Alps there, and we're losing some men. So I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and leave Mark Anthony there for another turn.
My skills are yours.
We'll see that I have another little request. Attention. A member of our family has been found guilty of poisoning his ward to inherit the boy's lands. What would you have us do with him? So I decided, I couldn't decide what to do. Trample the rocks or crucify him. I didn't want to pardon him, but I did in the end. I didn't feel like going ahead and tossing him off. I thought that if I pardoned him, I might actually get a good outcome that time. Next turn, since when I went ahead and punished the woman from the Senate thing from before that one did not turn out so well, so figured I'd be loyal this time. Here I'm gonna go ahead and buy some Alpine levies because they're cheap and they're not that bad, I guess.
It's a good life.
Dark Deeds. The Senate wasn't too happy with me doing that. I guess. I don't think they ever like my decisions, no matter what I do. Probably because I'm Caesar. I'm gonna replace this trait because I like the 10% wealth and the 5 morale to all units, plus the 2 public order from characters, local province. So then I'm gonna go ahead and move out more with Caesar here, making sure that I don't go ahead and suffer any attrition, because I didn't want to suffer any attrition yet, or at all. And I'll move out Mark Anthony too, towards Octogeron. I wanted to move him along the road because you would suffer attrition if he wasn't along the road, but in the end, I might end up having to suffer attrition.
You have further orders? Get the
I stopped this adoption. One of my generals wanted to be adopted, or was going to be adopted. So I stopped that, and it cost about quite a bit of money. Moved out Mark Anthony towards Octogeron, and they are now suffering a little bit of attrition.
Get to it, men.
But I was like, I'll just power through it. Now I'm moving Caesar closer and closer to Terracum. And I'm gonna also fill out his army with one more slot this time around. I wanted a full 20 stack before I went and attacked Terracum.
Ready to serve Rome?
Now we're gonna go ahead and buy, build some mines over there at Mediolanum. I can upgrade this general again. We're gonna go ahead and give him a tax reform or something. Yeah, tax rate, increase of tax rate. And I noticed that the Massalians, they're moving a little bit closer to me, and I had to go ahead and check this turn to see if they were allied with me or whatever.
How can I be of assistance?
I noticed that they were in a defensive alliance with me. So they are friends of mine. And I believe they are also at war with the Terracums. Or with Turungi, I should say.
Commander.
So I moved Mark Anthony closer to Octogeron there to go ahead and keep them happy. And put him on patrol.
Ready for battle.
And now we're going to buy another Alpine levy.
Soldiering. It's a good life.
Upgrade these mines to the next one. Nice. Those guys are the Massalians are moving closer. I figured that they might end up helping me with the war with the Tunlungi, so I'll go ahead and give them a an attack order later on. I'm gonna move. I was gonna move Mark Anthony into there, but I noticed that they had very high happiness without him even in there yet. So I just moved him on out, and they kept their. They were still happy. So public order is fine over there at Octogeron now. They seem to be quite happy that they're under control by the Romans.
March. You have further orders?
So now we have a beast with no heart. So we went ahead and I trusted Hysphus. I can't even say that. So we sacrificed a boar, and we found out that he had no heart. So we wanted to go ahead and maybe sacrifice another boar because that was a bad omen. So we've sacrificed another boar, a white boar, I think was what I chose, or a white bull, something. And here I am moving on to get another technology. I think that in particular technology gives me more ammo in my archer troops. So I wanted to get that one.
Get to it, men. Faster, curse you all.
Now here I am giving Massalia the war target. Go ahead and attack that guy, the Turungi army over there.
Commander,
And now I'm moving that guy on.
make haste, men. Waiting for orders.
And we're gonna trade with the Adui, I think is how you say that actually, sorry.
And let us have good
And we're gonna ask them
wine
for some
until
money.
we can talk no more. I will take word of our agreement
And
and put
that's
it before
gonna
my
hit the
people.
end turn. Mission failed. I did not go ahead and capture Turicum in time. So the Senate was not too happy about that, I don't think. And then I moved Arcanthe back into Verilicum, and I noticed that I had to repair all their buildings. I don't know why. So this was the time for me to go ahead and move Caesar closer to Turicum, and the army that was in there ran away. They're over here now suffering some attrition,
I serve only
but he's gonna move them back in the end. So I was moving closer. I can't move that far, I guess, when it's winter. Or spring, or whatever time it is. And I am up by the Alps, so that's probably why. The Massalians attacked their war target and took him on out. So that was nice of them. They didn't really suffer too much for attacking a fort there. But since the computer always does a auto-resolve, as long as they have more numbers than the other one, or more powerful troops, they usually just win. I noticed that on this, I couldn't make it to Turicum
skills are yours.
with Caesar yet, which was unfortunate. I wanted to go ahead and attack him. So I put him in a fort over there, just in case, just to see if they would attack me. And here I'm gonna go ahead and build some more wine resources and improve the farms over there and improve the walls. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get a public square or public forum over there. I think is what that was. And to continue to just improve those cities, improve the fishing docks over here. The Confederation over there decided to declare war on me. So now, I noticed that they made another army, and I wanted to go ahead and attack them. I wasn't sure whether to go ahead and attack the army outside of the city or attack the city. The city had 14 units inside with the garrison, and then so this is about basically an army right here. A little bit more. They have all those guys and that one general right there. I decided to pop a save here just in case, and I'm gonna go ahead and fight this one on the ground. Go ahead and set my troops all on up. I noticed this hill over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them all on there until I start the battle. But I left the cavalry on out here in front because I wanted to go ahead and attack this one lagging general and take him on out first, which took a lot longer than I thought it would, but as we'll see here in a little bit. So I did take him on out in the end. I noticed the reinforcements are coming on in right now
Enemy reinforcements
from the
approaching.
Turungi, and I wanted to see where they were. They were approaching me from the edge of the map there. And here I am setting up to go ahead and attack this general. I decided to go ahead and run in with my troops, with my horsemen, and just throw javelins at him. Just go ahead and weaken him a little bit. I didn't want to outright charge him just yet. But they got caught in the battle, so I went ahead and just charged them anyway. And from all three sides, they had quite the morale, this unit. Having been surrounded on all three sides by cav units.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Come on in here and see the charge. It's a pretty good charge, and it was hurting them quite a bit. Meanwhile, while this is happening, I was setting up my troops. I put the levies on the right flank there, and I put the other Romans on the left flank there, along with some legionaries all in the middle. And then the really big, large group of cohorts. That one's in the back there. And I put my put my skirmisher units out in the front there. That's what I wanted to say. Froze there for a second. Sorry. So, I continue to go ahead and re-pull out my cav units here and then recharge in and then pull them out again and recharge. It was killing a lot of these guys, but they still seemed to go ahead and not rout. They had quite the morale. I guess I just wasn't harming them enough with my charges, even though that they were flanks, hitting them in the back and everything. I get one really good charge off here. Charge right here. It's gonna be a really good charge. So they were being killed off there. I'm gonna end up finishing them off with those guys, those cav units, and then I'm gonna get the cav units out of the way and set them up to go ahead and be behind this army, so I can set it up for flanking maneuvers. And as you can see there, the reinforcement army is quite far, so I went ahead and sped up the time a little bit here. And now here we are a little bit later in the game, and where they're a lot closer, I can go ahead and fire on them with my catapult. I decided to go ahead and snipe them for a little bit with using manual fire. I did not use flaming catapult shots in this battle. I don't know if I should have, but I continued to go ahead and just leave it with the normal shots. Here I am zooming in to go ahead and get a better shot. This way I can go ahead and kill more of their guys. Maybe get a few better shots in. You guys can see some good shots of me firing the catapult shot. I took out quite a few guys there. Wow, that hurt. I'm gonna miss with this one. I still got a few there actually though. Kind of rolled on in. My Scorpion, I'm gonna go ahead and install it to attack here. Also, move up my cav to go ahead and sit in the forest over here. They can't be noticed. Hopefully, they can't be seen by the enemy right now yet. I didn't want to come off this hill. I thought it was a pretty nice position to go ahead and just receive the attack. My skirmisher unit is pretty much almost in range, so we're going to see that in a little bit. I turned on the fire for a little bit there, just to go ahead and see what that would make any difference, but I didn't feel like it did, and I wasn't being as accurate with my shots. The enemy is mostly attacking with all of its troops in front, and then it has a little bit of some really strong spearmen in the back there, you'll see. So now my levy units are in range. They're going to go ahead and fire my skirmisher units are in range, excuse me. And I had them fire some of their javelins, and they're now going to go ahead and get back, and then the Pele are going to get fired from my front line legionaries. As they're firing javelins too. I wanted to wait till all my Pele were fired, or thrown I should say, and then I was going to go ahead and put my troops into repel cavalry mode. I wasn't sure whether to put them in that or the defensive stance, the defensive cohort mode, or testudo mode, the defensive testudo mode. It looks a lot different in this game as opposed to Attila there, so I think I should have just left them all in repel cavalry mode. That might have been better. I probably had some unwanted losses there while I was doing that. I'm going to go ahead and move around the cohorts around to the side because I wanted to go ahead and use them to flank along with the skirmishers that I have there. I decided to go ahead and attack in the end with these Alpine levies. Just send them on in. I wanted to get a few more snipes off with this catapult. When they're this close, it's very hard to go and aim it a little bit. Oh, that was a good hit there. Now I'm going to go ahead and move around these cohorts to help out the Alpine levies. And mostly, I think the cohorts are going to be the big fighters in that battle. And I said I had my scorpion fire on that big blob over there too. I really was going to try to snipe over here, but I couldn't do it with that big ridge in front of me, so I just went ahead and let the computer decide to go ahead and fire on them. I'm going to bring in my cavalry, because I wanted to use them to attack that big blob from the back in the future. And then fold around with the spear unit here. The cohorts. Galii, I think is how you say that? I don't know. I'm going to bring up my skirmisher units around to go ahead and hit that big blob in the back with some more javelins. I'm going to bring one of those cav units around to go ahead and attack their skirmisher units too, so they can stop firing their javelins. Bringing around Caesar here. He's going to get quite a bit of action in this battle. You'll see. Caesar. That cohort group is very large. They're like 400 men, which is kind of nice. They're definitely like my strongest unit. Gonna go ahead and toss in the cav to go ahead and attack these guys from behind, flank them, and they get a nice good charge on off. They're trying to run away, those skirmisher units. And I'm gonna go ahead and have this cav go ahead and attack those skirmisher units too. I wanted to get my siege crew ready just in case if I had to use them. Dire times call dire measures, right? Well, I was very heavily outnumbered in this battle. It was like a 2-to-1 ratio. I think if you saw the army count there, it was, I think the Turungi were deploying like over 6,000 troops, and I was deploying somewhere in the 3,000 level. 3,000 troops. So I'm going to move Caesar here to go ahead and attack this spear group from the back. They turned around at the last minute there, but they were trying to run away, it looked like it. I don't think they were trying to set up to receive the charge. I also activated the Inspire at the same time too. So I'm also inspiring my troops, and I think I'm also giving them the second wind also too. Those big spear groups right there, those are the Turungi's better unit. They seem to form quite the front line there. Now here I am using the Scorpion as a snipe. I get some pretty good shots off here. Right there into the big group of enemy units. Ooh, quite the hit. I continue to do this for a little while. I noticed the some of the unit there is kind of wavering. They definitely did not like being under fire. They did not completely disband. But they will be. So here I am going to go ahead and have Caesar attack these skirmisher units over here to go ahead and help the other cav unit out so I can free up 2 cav units to attack more units in the back.
Orders understood. Quickly now.
They're wavering again that skirmisher unit. Remove that cav unit to go ahead and attack again. And the skirmisher unit you see there, that they went ahead and disbanded. Completely fled from the field.
As you command.
That one spear unit was taking quite the heavy beating. And so are some of these cohorts here. I went ahead and used Caesar's special ability there, which allows them to go ahead and gain, it's like another second win basically. His special ability. Get my Scorpion crew ready here because they are done. They have no more ammo, so I wanted to go ahead and get them ready to go ahead and attack anybody if they needed to. I wanted to move my skirmishers around back there to go ahead and just flank them from behind. And as you can see there on the bounce bar, it's definitely swinging in my favor now. Before, even on the campaign map, it was nowhere even near being in my favor. Now it's a lot farther being in my favor. It looks like most definitely I'm going to go ahead and end up winning this fight, even though it's going to be a tough one. Inspired my troops over here. Caesar. The cav was a big help on this battle. Leading some of those troops away. I think that spear unit over there is going to go ahead and come towards Caesar. They want to go ahead and take out, engage Caesar. These guys are just attacking the edge of that spear unit. My Alpine levies were not doing so good. They were getting their butt kicked over there. Decided to bring that cav unit back. I was going to have them charge in again. And from here, it's just basically a lot of me charging and then going ahead and bringing back my cav units and then charging again, as you can see. And just choosing different targets here and there to charge. This was a pretty good charge right here. Took out those two guys. Ooh. Ran right in the back of that guy. So use our spears to go ahead and stab some of the Turungii here. Show them what the Romans are made of, right? So, Caesar got the was able to have the one spear unit disengage with my front line there. They're going to go ahead and chase after him. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my other cav unit in here to go ahead and help me. And we're going to probably go ahead and flank this spear unit from both sides. I wanted to pull back the 10 men in that, or what's left of that cohort unit. I think they're going to go ahead and disband at the end of this, unfortunately. I had a little bit of wavering there. One of my spear units. Let's see. I was quite surprised that the small unit of 10 of those legionaries, they did not rout the entire time in battle. Must have quite the morale. I'm going to use my ballista crew to go ahead and distract them. And then I'll attack with these guys from behind, these cav units. These spear units have quite the nice formation. They're very hard to go ahead and break on up. Bringing back these legionaries. Go ahead and rethink about how I should attack him. Doing pretty well over there. I'm kind of wrapping up on that one flank, on the left flank. Putting them in testudo mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit them from behind with the other legionaries. You'll notice that this big blob has turned into a lot of dead troops on the ground there from the Turungi guy. The ground is just littered with their dead. I noticed that the spear unit that I was attacking over here, they kind of like turned around and started facing my Caesar's group. So I wanted to pull him on out so Caesar didn't get hurt. I pulled away some of these smaller units, and then when I attacked them with my cavalry, to go ahead and remove them from the main force. And pretty much now I'm just wrapping up all the engagements that I'm in. Inspired those guys over there. Finished up over here. I decided to move my cohort, my large 400-man cohorts, on over to go ahead and help against the spearmen over here. I wanted to remove him, like that one cav unit from that battle. They didn't look like they were doing too good. Caesar's going to go ahead and attack these guys from the back here. Now here I am bringing my cohorts around. I finished up that spear unit there. No, I think there's only like 4 groups of the enemy left, of the Turungi guy. And that group's almost finished right there, that spear unit. So that cohort's gonna go ahead and attack the other spear unit. And to bring those cav units over there to go and flank them. Wrap up everything pretty quickly here.
Ready for battle! Warriors eager for blood!
I decided to send in the cohorts to get some action. Move them on back, those legionaries.
Legionaries!
Let the cohorts finish the rest of these guys on off.
Advance at speed!
This unit is probably my favorite unit in the whole army.
At your service!
The shields and everything. Wow. So strong too. One of the better units. I'm gonna go ahead and send this cav unit to go ahead and attack them from the back, and that's gonna finish them on off. See that? And that's gonna end up making them waver en route. And then the battle will end up ending. It was a pretty good victory, for the most part, for the odds that I was facing, I thought. Although the game's gonna say it was a close victory. It wasn't a Pyrrhic victory, but a close victory. Oh, it was a Pyrrhic victory, excuse me. But I didn't really lose any, I only lost one actual unit group that disbanded, and I lost 2,364 troops, and they lost 6,013. And now I'm gonna go ahead and occupy the city
Make haste, men!
and settle in Turicum, which is now mine. And I destroyed the fraction of the Turungii, and we leveled up Caesar. I'm gonna give him the Vanguard Legion and the Formidable Fighters trait. And I couldn't go ahead and change this, I could only change one building over in that city. And then we're gonna go ahead and end up ending the turn, and that's where we're gonna stop. After I go ahead and upgrade my troops here.
At your command!
So, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time, alright? I hope you enjoyed it. This is telling us the mission is successful. Replacing a few traits. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.